Hello again. Here we are again with child risk behaviors. This is a long domain because of the many supplemental modules that get triggered if the child scores in 1, 2, or 3. So we completed delinquent behavior and we are now in fire setting. Fire setting, any 1, 2, or 3 gives rise to the fire setting module, which you see right here. So let's look first at the actual fire setting scoring for the front of the cans, because the child could score a 0 and the supplemental module not be triggered. So 0 is no evidence. And we use the time frames provided in the anchors being 0, 1, 2, or 3. So 1 is history of fire setting, but not in the past 6 months. 2, recent fire setting behavior in the past 6 months, but not of the type that has endangered the lives of others, or there was repeated fire setting behaviors over a period of at least 2 years, even if not in the past 6 months, still actionable. And 3, acute threat of fire setting. Set fire that endangered the lives of others, for example, attempting to burn down a home. So a 1, 2, or 3 triggers the fire setting module. And here we go. So I'm going to show you the fire setting module. Here it is in the back of the cans. And the first item is seriousness. I'm going to move this to the side to make this easier. Here we go. Seriousness. We're going to rate the most serious incident in the past year. 0, the child has engaged in fire setting that resulted in only minor damage. Example, campfire in the backyard which scorched some lawn. 1, the child has engaged in fire setting that resulted in some property damage that required repair. 2, child has engaged in fire setting which caused extensive damage to property, burned down a house. And 3, the child has engaged in fire setting that injured himself or others. The next item in the supplemental module is history. Here it is. Again, we rate using the time frames provided in the anchors. 0, only one known occurrence of fire setting behavior. 1, engaged in multiple acts of fire setting in the past year. 2, multiple acts of fire setting for more than 1 year, but has had periods of at least 6 months where he did not engage in fire setting behavior. 3, multiple acts of fire setting for more than a year without any period of at least 3 months where he did not engage in fire setting behaviors. Planning. 0, no evidence that he plans anything. 1, evidence suggests that child places himself into situations where the likelihood of fire setting behaviors is enhanced. 2, evidence of planning of fire setting behaviors. And 3, considerable evidence of significant planning of fire setting behaviors. The behavior is clearly premeditated. Use of accelerants. Wow. And again, we are rating the most recent incident. 0, no evidence of any use of accelerants like gasoline. The fire setting involved only starters such as matches or a lighter. 1, evidence suggests that the fire setting involved some use of solid accelerants like sticks or papers, but no use of liquid accelerants like gasoline. 2, fire setting involved the use of a limited amount of liquid accelerants, but some care was taken to limit the size of the fire. And 3, considerable evidence of significant use of accelerants in an effort to create a very large and dangerous fire. Intention to harm. 0, the child did not intend to harm others with fire. He took efforts to maintain some safety. 1, the child did not intend to harm others, but took no efforts to maintain safety. 2, the child intended to seek revenge or scare others, but did not intend physical harm, only intimidation. And 3, the child intended to injure or to kill others. Community safety, we're still in the supplemental module of fire setting. 0, child presents no risk to the community. He could be unsupervised in the community, and we are rating the past 30 days. 1. The child engages in fire-setting behavior that presents a risk to community property. 2. The child engages in fire-setting behavior that places the community residents in some danger of physical harm, not just community property like 1, but physical harm. This danger may be an unintentional outcome of the child's behavior. And 3. Child engages in fire-setting behavior that intentionally places the community members in danger of significant physical harm, and the child is attempting to use fires to actually hurt others. The last item of this supplemental module is response to accusation. And 0, the child admits to behavior, accepts the responsibility, and expresses remorse, and we are rating the past 30 days. Child accepts in 1 some responsibility for behavior and expresses some remorse, that's 1. In 2, the child admits to the behavior but minimizes personal responsibility and does not express remorse. Admits to behavior, minimizes responsibility, does not express remorse. That's different from 3, where the child does not accept responsibility, does not appear to experience remorse, and completely denies any responsibility. So we go back to the front of the CANS form, and after fire setting comes social behavior. Social behavior is one item within the child risk behaviors domain. So back in the comprehensive manual itself, we have the item social behavior. We're rating the past 30 days. In 0, we have no evidence of problematic social behavior, does not engage in behaviors that force adults to sanction him. In 1, there's a mild level of problematic social behavior. It could include occasional inappropriate social behavior that forces adults to sanction the child. Infrequent inappropriate comments to strangers or unusual behaviors in social settings might be included in this level. 2, there's moderate level of problematic social behavior. The child is intentionally engaging in problematic social behavior that is causing problems in his life and is intentionally getting in trouble in school, at home, or in the community. 3, there's severe level of problematic social behavior. This level would be indicated by frequent, serious social behavior that forces adults to seriously or repeatedly sanction the child. Social behaviors are sufficiently severe that they place the child at risk of significant sanctions, like expulsion or removal from the community. Previous to last in the child risk behaviors domain is sexually reactive behavior. 0, no evidence of problems with sexually reactive behavior. 1, some evidence of sexually reactive behavior. The child may exhibit occasionally inappropriate sexual language or behavior, flirts when age inappropriate, or engages in unprotected sex with single partner. This behavior does not place the child at great risk. There may be a history of sexually provocative behavior, and that would be rated in 1. 2, there are moderate problems with sexually reactive behavior that places the child at some risk. The child may exhibit more frequent sexually provocative behaviors in a manner that impairs functioning. The child may engage in promiscuous sexual behaviors, or the child may have unprotected sex with multiple partners. Totally actionable. 3, significant problems with sexually reactive behaviors. The child exhibits sexual behaviors that place the child or others at imminent risk. The last item is bullying. And 0, never engaged in bullying at school or in the community. 1, child has been involved with groups that have bullied other children or a child, either in school or the community. However, the child has not had a leadership role in these groups. He could have been just a witness. Right. 2, the child has bullied other child in school or community, has either bullied the other child individually or led a group that bullied the child. That's 2. And in 3, the child has repeatedly utilized threats or actual violence to bully a child in school or community. Bullying is for lifetime. All right, bullying is for lifetime. All right then. So we have completed the domain of child risk behaviors.